What a morning.
What a
Good morning,
morning.
Susie.
Good morning. What are we talking about?
Well, it used to be called, for those that have been around a while, order notification emails. It is now called, um, if you go to settings and then notifications,
Mhm.
this is now called sale notifications. This is the email that your customer gets as soon as they submit an order on your website.
Yeah. It's
Why
kind
does
of
that matter?
important. As someone, do you ever do you place an order online and first of all, you wait for that confirmation page, which we've
Which
done.
which we talked about.
Yep. And then I always appreciate the email. I know it's happening. I'm excited.
Yeah. So let's talk about
Yeah.
what the user, our client, the bike shop, has control over from that. So the first
Yeah.
thing when you get to this page is the from address. So this is the email that will be the email they get will come from.
Mhm.
And by default, I think we pick up the general email address, but you can change that. But
Yeah.
if you change it, whatever you change it to has to be your domain. And the reason that still says smart detailing is my little test sites weren't updated from, they still say smart detailing in the domain from when we changed to workstand.
Mhm.
So yours needs to be your bike shop domain. And further, I think I have a list of those. Some addresses, for instance, the AOL, Yahoo, or Verizon type email addresses cannot under any circumstances be used there. So it needs to be your domain based email, but you can change that if you want to change it. So if you need to change it to something different, then it's the messaging in that email. So if we preview here, then this is the message at the top of the order, and then
Mhm.
there's a message at the bottom of the order that
Mhm.
can be edited. And it's a good thing to do that. This little broken image is just because I don't have a logo in my test site for the shopping cart, so no big deal.
Yeah. Those are really
And
nice. Those are nice examples of nice kind of succinct
I think so.
messages.
They're gonna the order in which people will pay attention to things varies. At the very top of the email address, we certainly think more people will see that than at the very bottom.
Mhm.
So this is a good place to reiterate what might have been in that order confirmation page message. Things like, "We've got your order. When it's ready, we're going to contact you." Whatever else there. Don't write a book, but there is an opportunity to come in here and add some important information. So having the easy access to your shipping policies and restocking fees, et cetera, is always kind of nice.
Mhm.
So there's more room there that you don't have to use it all. Remember, people's attention span is short, and you can do the same thing at the bottom of the email.
Correct.
So this is a good place to, you know, confirm that you've got it and you're going to take care of them, and where they can go to check on that order progress.
Mhm.
And then there's a place to link to your policy and shipping page, which is important. A lot of payment processing providers require that that lives somewhere on not only the front of the website. So most of the time we've got that down here in the footer. I would imagine I've got it in my footer. Yeah, here. So that's important, privacy and shipping policies for not just for your customers. That's the most important, but also some payment processors require that. And so
Mhm.
it's good to have it here, and it links it and it puts it in that email. So again, they have another place they can go check and make sure that they understand your policies. And then who should get notification in the store? You can add as many email addresses from here. They don't have the same restrictions that this guy does. There's some verification of domains going on to let the end user know it's a valid email that really came from the business. These don't have that because this is internal. So you can put as many email addresses in here as you want. Maybe your sales manager and somebody from the order processing team and maybe the owner all wants to know when these orders happen. So you can add as many email addresses there as you like just by typing them in and clicking add email.
Mhm.
And then if you're on a, oh, I didn't finish that email. You're correct, Mr. Error. That's not a real email address. If you're on the professional level website package and you're using supplier fulfillment, then when the supplier fulfills the order, it's been shipped, then they update the order automatically. If you enable this little toggle, it will also send an email to the customer
Mhm.
so that they know their order has been shipped and is on the way.
Yep.
So again, communication. It's like a three or four leg thing. There's the shopping cart page message, the order confirmation page message. I think stock status labels go in here as far as
Mhm.
communication during the sales process. And then this is that final leg of the It's either a three-legged stool or a chair with four legs, whichever way you look at it. This is the final part of that of the orders been placed, and this is all the information you want your customer to get.
Yeah, it's all about setting those expectations.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, that is sale notifications. Take a look at
Mhm,
yours. Make sure it is the way you want it to be. If you have any questions, as always,
mhm.
reach out to the client success team. Call the usual number, press 1 for the first available rep, or email support at Workstand, or chat from workstand.com, or heck, email me and Susie at podcast@workstand.com.
Yeah.
We hardly ever get email addresses there. It would be exciting, even if it's just a technical question.
Yes, we would love it.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.